Hi friends! Today for Read Aloud I have Pumpkin Countdown, just like Apple Countdown we read a couple weeks ago, and The Runaway Pumpkin. Uh-oh. But first let's start with Pumpkin Countdown. It's our pumpkin patch field trip, shouted Chip. Yippee, says Carrie. Woohoo, says Drew. There are 20 name tags to make, says Jake. For 19 kids plus Miss Blue, says Drew. Ooh. 18 kids get on our bus, says Russ. But someone's late, says Kate. Wait for me, says Carrie. Now all 10 seats have 2, said Drew. Okay, we can go, shouts Ignacio. I spy 17 orange things that are not your name tags. Can you spy them all? Asked Paul. Guess 16 things we'll see on our field trip today, says May. 13 pumpkins point the way, says May. Welcome to my pumpkin patch, calls Farmer Mix and Match. 12 pets in the petting zoo, says Drew. 6 chicks, 4 yellow, 2 black, says Zach. 3 pigs, 2 big, 1 small, says Paul. 2 goats and 1 bunny, says Sunny. The bunnies hopped away, says May. But a pony galloped in, says Gwen. Still 12 pets in the zoo, counts Drew. Look at how a pumpkin grows, says Rose. 11 bees are making honey, says Sunny. This maze has 10 scarecrows, says Rose. Dead end. Uh-oh. This way, calls May. Come on, calls Sean. Yay, a tractor ride, says Clyde. We sit 9 on each side, plus 2 in the back, says Zach. It's pickin' time in the pumpkin patch, calls Farmer Mix and Match. Wow, pumpkins everywhere, shouts Claire. 8 orange pumpkins tall, says Paul. 7 yellow pumpkins bumpy. Lots that are just right. 5 tables times 4 snacks, says Max. 3 bites, bye pumpkin pie, says Di. Here's our bus again, says Gwen. Buddies line up, 2 by 2, says Drew. Back to school we go. Ms. Blue knows 1 pumpkin song. On our bus trip home we sing along. 20 pumpkin pies on the wall, 20 pumpkin pies. Take 1 down, pass it around. 19 pumpkin pies on the wall, 19 pumpkin pies on the wall, 19 pumpkin pies. Take 1 down, pass it around. 18 pumpkin pies on the wall. And it says, can we decorate pumpkins tomorrow? We had fun at the pumpkin patch. Thanks, Farmer Mix and Match, from Mrs. Blue's class. The other book I have is The Runaway Pumpkin. Once upon a hill, when the wind blew with a chill, wandered Buck and Billy Baxter with their baby sister Lil. And there upon the hillside, growing orange, fat, and fine, the budding Baxters found a pumpkin on a twisty, twirly vine. It was big, it was round, and the boys, their eyes agleam, gave a whoop, a yell, a holler, no finer pumpkin they had seen. And today was Halloween. Yet little Lil was cautious, and of course she tried to warn them. But her bumbling big-head brothers snapped the pumpkin from its stem, and she watched them roll it, at first real slow, but then much faster. Little Lil looked down the hill, and she foresaw disaster. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin', bumpin' sound, came that thumpity, bumpity, thumpin', bumpin', round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. A short way down the hillside, a zoomin' pumpkin caught the eye of a mucking Mama Baxter who thought of Granny's pumpkin pie. Till it busted her sty. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin', bumpin' sound, came that thumpity, bumpity, thumpin', bumpin', round a rolly, runaway pumpkin. A bit farther down the hillside, just beyond the chicken coop, Grandpa Baxter saw that pumpkin and thought of Granny's pumpkin soup. Until it knocked him for a loop. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin', bumpin' sound, came that thumpity, bumpity, thumpin', bumpin', round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. Now at the bottom of that hillside, where that boundin' pumpkin sped, Papa Baxter on his tractor thought of Granny's pumpkin bread. But Papa Baxter used his head and quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. So at the bottom of the hillside, fat and round upon the ground, that thumpin', bumpin' pumpkin plopped and didn't make another sound. As pigs and hens and Baxters gathered round where Papa plowed, till Lil she gathered Granny and pulled her through the waiting crowd. Buck and Billy looked really proud. The thumpity bumpity thumpin' pumpkin, straight into the kitchen went that pumpkin, and soon after came the smell of dear old Granny cooking something. Granny stirred and stewed and baked until the bright full moon rose up, and all those hungry Baxters sat themselves right down to sup. And at the center of the table, among the soup and bread and pie, sat a grinning jack-o'-lantern with a twinkle in his eye. The end. Thank you for joining me, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.